Welcome to radio at another level.
It's higher, higher. You and I.
Northwest University FM 105.5.
Elebeletsa la tsopana kwa gago fa ena pagetse ke metsotso ele mekae ke metsotso ele 17 minutes go tsokoring ele ya bokae 17 minutes after 1 already tse Northwest University FM kalkubula 105.5 ke itumela thata tetso ya gago gotlhe go ka tswang already tse station se o le gone mo letsatsing leno ke letsatsi leno la tsipi ona le na Bongani Steven Lamene ke sa tsamaye ke le no si mo tsatsing la gompieno ko pleletse kare every Sunday re simolotse a rona ya the legends profile mo re tleng go ketika maAfrika borwa otlhe a ileng gore ba tsweletse pele go dira dilo tse dintle mo nageng eno ya rona re bua ka maAfrika borwa in business in academia mo go tsa dipolotiki jalo le jalo mo tsatsing la gompieno ke bua ka Mohaka, a living legend ona le rona mo tsatsing leno la gompieno ke bua fa ka mo balobeng fa ba ne ba mo itse jaaka TT wa ko le khotla khaso la Afrika Borwa ona direla jalo SABC jaaka a senior journalist ko setheong seo didintsi tse re tlo buisanang lene ka tsone mo tsatsing la gompieno Mr. Sello Tatai se ke go dumedisa ibile ke go amogela mo the legends profile.
I don't know why you're a legend. Place like a legend. There are people who are better positioned to be called legends. But like you know, ke go dumedisa bongs ke you know ke dumedisa le badetsi ba NWU FM.
Yes, re tumetse thata. It's such a blessing and it's a big honor gore re be go biditse mo tsatsing la gompieno o le karolo ya thulaganyo eno ya rona ya the legends profile. Tla go bolelle the reason go biditse fa ke bone le mo tsatsing la mabane fa o bua go mafaratlhatlheng, you know, you also said the same thing gore there are many people who are doing so much better by leng gore, you know, they can be called legends jalo. I mean for us, you know, you have done, you know, tremendous o dirile ditiro tse dintle thata mo loagong and in journalism ka kakaretso, you know, and for us re bone ele gore it's befitting gore mo tsatsing la gompieno be re go bitsa re Sello Tatai tla ka mmino wa gago re tlo iketla.
No, you know, I became a journalist I think it was by accident.
Yeah.
I never planned to be a journalist.
Yo.
Yeah, I think I was at the time I was production manager for the now defunct Northwest Film Festival.
Yeah.
I was working with one fellow, one gentleman by the name of Ompimeti DCP, may his soul rest in peace.
Yes.
Then we were having our first film screening at Mega City. Then I bumped into Kesha Lobelo, who was doing camera work for the SABC at that time.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I studied media studies and literature and politics at Wits. Let me try and give this thing a shot.
Yes.
And I said, no, go to SABC.
Yeah.
You meet Tatem Patlele, Winston Togelem Patlele, and Franz Nong. Then I went there. It was on a Tuesday. I think our first film screening was on Friday.
Yeah.
Then I went there on a Tuesday. I demanded to see Rem Patlele. We had a chat of about 15 minutes.
Yes.
Then he said, I'll give you a call.
Yeah.
The following day he called me.
Yes.
And he said, here's your freelancing contract. You can start on Monday. And that's how it started.
I mean that was in 2005,
Nah, it was in 2007.
2007.
Yeah, 2007, 2010.
Yeah,
2007. If my memory serves me well.
Yeah.
Because I started freelancing for SABC Radio. Around that particular period.
Yeah.
Then I left the SABC as a freelancer. Went back to the film festival for 2 years. Then they called me.
Yes.
Then when I went back, then I started to do television news.
Yeah.
Until 2012, when I did Marikana, and immediately after I did the Marikana massacre,
Yes.
then I was promoted into a senior journalist.
Oh my goodness. Iyo. We are celebrating you. Re bua ka, it's a Sunday. Rubidi tsarare aretle ka mmino, your top 10 soul music of all time. Kana mmino e leng go wa rata ka letsatsi la tshipi jalo le jalo. Re tsemolotse thulaganyo ya gompieno ka Mr. Johnny Clegg.
Yes.
The title of the song erisimolotsing ka yone ya Mr. Johnny Clegg Asimbonanga Umandela.
Yeah, you know.
Why that song?
It evokes certain emotions. You see, my aunt Motsabi Shole, Onatsanako HF.
Yeah.
I think at that particular time, I think it was about 91, 92. I was a young fellow.
Yeah.
She was politically aware on what was happening in the country at that particular time. And she had this big poster, Mandela. So as kids, we were fascinated about this figure, you see, with grey hair. The picture was standing out. You see, Mandela was charismatic even in pictures. Then some of us as kids, you know, Halubana, you are always inquisitive. So we used to attend ANC meetings at Milorana Primary School, which is my alma mater, and it was just opposite my parents' house. Then we'll go there, Bachanta, Makumureti, Batuba Politique and so forth. So that is how some of us became politically aware. And one lady about meeting then the one comrade this comrade Masupatsela. I did not know what Masupatsela is. Then we were given some pamphlets to distribute peace in our land. White. Then the time said the t-shirts the pamphlets at the ANC to vote for Mandela and so forth. So that is how some of us became politically aware and became interested in politics through the ANC.
And what year was this?
I think it was just before the fall of Bob. I think it was 94. I think I was 8 or 9 years at that time.
And you always grew up onso le kahaki zingare inquisitive onso batlisisa, and it has always been there, that thing.
You know how things that are happening around you what you grasp at an easy pace, you know. Unale photographic memory. Because I remember, I think I was 7 or 8. My cousin died in Carltonville because my father is from Carltonville. Then we went to her funeral, and at that particular time, there was enormous instability in the country. Banabane batsena go Badril High School Longo Carltonville. Then they were protesting. Then they they fled into my granny's house. My granny baba chencha aba pesa diaparo tsa bo medichiba and no kada batlo go thusa go leso. That is how they survived the arrest. So those things, you know, how that you start to question them. Why is this thing happening? Why bana ba tebetswe? Who's Mandela? The slogans, because the slogans at that particular time, they were evoking certain emotions to the rhythm. So later in year, when you grow up, then you said, oh, this is what they meant. Then you started to become active in Kosa's politics. Because I was deputy president for SRC at my other alma mater. I lasted 7, then I also became deputy president Kobatlung High School. I was captain of the debate. We debated international school Bomabatu High. We used to come here on Mafigenge, giving them a run for their money. The only thing that is striking like unprepared speech. You see? But in terms of research and prepared speech, we used to give.
It has always been your thing.
We always we used to give learners at this elite schools around for the money.
You know, I can imagine back in the days, there you are, Sello Tatai, growing up, go Ramatlabama,
600.
Go 600, and you are coming to Mahikeng, and when you come to Mahikeng, and you know, there are chances by that time, you know, as ngwana, you are intimidated even by the language, you know.
Absolutely.
They speak better English, not better English, but you know, the accents are there, jalo le jalo.
The pronunciation.
Yes, pronunciation.
They don't say cohesion, they say cohesion.
Cohesion.
Those things were there.
Yes.
But our debate coach, Mem Kabuso, I love that too, man. You know, she's the one who recruited us to COSAS. Was our mentor and coach in terms of debate.
Yes.
And he would say, you know, the first thing that intimidates you is the uniform.
Yes.
Yabanaba. When I don't know when. Then you have to debate with this guy.
Yes.
Mam Kabusong will give us a pep talk and say, no, don't be intimidated. There's no difference between your cohesion and his cohesion. It's the same. What is the difference is the pronunciation. So go and show them what they're made up of.
You also work the influence, the song by Johnny Clegg, Asimbonanga, and your love for that song, Hore Ehudile ko kae, ya simulla jang le jang. Moraga fo ga Johnny Clegg, berea ko Sarafina. Sarafina, I mean the song on its own, it's very loud. Tiko Dipemandla.
You know, I think Sarafina it can be defined in literature, in African literature as protest genre. Through song and theater, you know, Sarafina was telling the South African story and what young people were going through at that particular time. Hence my love for the music. You see? And I remember, you know, and they moved to Ramatlabama. I think it was as a result of because they were very much active. Because Ramatlabama has a profound history, by the way. Undermine it at your own peril. You know, it is. I define it as a liberation route, because a lot of senior comrades of the ANC and of other structures of the mass democratic movement used Ramatlabama to go to Botswana and eventually to Lusaka and other underground thinking of the ANC and other organizations. So you see, so I think CC were then, when they came to Ramatlabama, then they had their own Sarafina. My sister was part of that Sarafina. And they will go to the concert, they will go there, they will perform Sarafina, they will sing. You see, so Ramatlabama was a hive of activities there, but somewhere clandestinely politics. So that is how we became politically aware and conscious of what was happening and so forth. And Maswadana Paratrola almost every weekend there.
Would you say your sister growing up go Ramatlabama, they have played a pivotal role in who Sello Tatai is today in politics, jalo le jalo?
You know, I'm the least intelligent person in my family. Very intelligent. I've got a cousin, Lawrence Shole. When distinctions were not fashionable, he scored 3.
My goodness.
My sister got a distinction in accounting. 98 99.
And that was a big deal.
I was never good at mathematics and science. So like it's a failure, man. So costed at 5. I could tell I costed at 8. I'm not going to be party to this thing. But I grew up in a very closely knitted family. Because we grew up I grew up with my maternal cousins. Because of my paternal cousins were in Kutong in Carltonville. My father was a migrant worker. Mining. So now I think once a month, sometimes once in 2 months, I'd like to spend a weekend alone on Ababu. So I didn't grow up with my father. We started to learn him and horror dying and
Yeah.
so forth.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
his retrenchment,
Yeah.
and we had to live with him and understand him. So it
Yeah.
was a very huge transition
Yeah.
for some of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I grew up with my aunts, with my grandmother, with my mother. I was literally raised up by women. So,
Wow.
so whatever that you can
Yes.
say about me,
Yeah.
you must attribute it to my,
Yeah.
my grannies and my aunts and my mother.
And your mother.
Yes.
Wow. Re buisana fa le sebueledi sa mopremiri wa province ya Bokone Bophirima. Ke bua ka Re Sello Tatai at Sello Tatai at Bonkani Stephen D at NWU FM 105.5 ko Twitter, ko Facebook, ko Instagram. Mo tsatsing la gompieno we are celebrating him ka mmino. Re bua ka mmino o ileng gore ke mmino o tshamekileng karolo e tona in his upbringing jalo le jalo a santse ele o mmotlana a santse a gola mo provinceng eno ya rona ya Bokone Bophirima. Pele re ka bua ka province ya Bokone Bophirima tota he's a living legend mo tsa khaso tsa politiki jalo le jalo 018392661 018392661 ke tsone dinomoro tseo tsa rona tsa mogala tseo ka di dirisang mo letsatsing leno la tshipi ha o dira jalo tla bole karolo ya thulaganyo eno ya rona ya the burning issues. Mr. Tatai, I mean re buile ka o fetsa o tlhalosa your upbringing jalo o gola ko 600 ko Ramatlabama, you know Ramatlabama being you know the I don't know ngai tlhalosa
Where does Cape you to try to let me assist you.
Yeah.
You know
And
the name 600.
yes, yeah.
But Ramatlabama are victims of forced removals.
Yes.
They used to stay at a farm. They bought a farm between Colini and Fenestop.
Yeah.
And in 1977, the then apartheid government identified the farm Bedfontein
Yes.
as a hotspot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people bana na skolo go Batlong High School in Bedfontein. Bana ba tswa ko Soweto, then they fled there. Ambassador Matila is one of the students of Batlong High School in Bedfontein.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the former ambassador to the United Nations.
Yes.
Then they were forcefully removed from, as I mentioned earlier, to Ramatlabama. So when they got there, they found 600 tin houses.
Oh
and
yeah.
tents. Then they had to start life from ground up.
Wow.
Then they said to this place, had the most 600.
Almost 600. Yeah.
And the name remains 600.
Yeah.
Then there is another village called Kupeleng.
Yeah.
They found 200 shacks and tin houses. It's called Dwesh. No, Dwesh is 2.
Oh yeah.
Then there is Micha, which is Omega. It is the last village of Ramatlabama. It is located in the border of Ramatlabama and South African Botswana.
And here buaka Sello Tatai, there is Ramatlabama 600 and then you ofeso buaka Carltonville Kokusong aunile sebaka Kokusong.
No, I never lived in Kutsong. We would visit my grandmother Kutsong because my grandmother le bana bana ko Bedfontein. Then they decided to relocate to Carltonville instead of going to Ramatlabama. So we would visit Carltonville, but my father was never really interested in us in staying go Carltonville because of situation now, the political turbulence there. My father said, nah, I don't think I want to raise my kids here. You guys must remain there at Ramatlabama. You'll come once in a month, get a holiday check, and so forth.
And when all that was happening, as you just mentioned, your sisters were there, your mother was there.
No, it's my sister, myself, and my late younger brother who passed away in 2017. He used to study here. at Maiken campus of the Northwest University. Yeah, he was equally intelligent. I would get a slow. My brother got he was doing economics and statistics. And he finished his degree in record time. And then literature, politics, media studies. I remember if it's all crowd report I was in 7, if it's a mental science, my dad was so furious. Chief, what are you going to do? Then I get an engineer or something. But you know, as fate will have its way.
And as you're growing up, would you attribute any of your successes to any of your teachers?
I think Mem Kabusong stands out. Because she was a mother to all of us. Also Mr. Songwani. He was our principal. Ko middle school, Mr. Ntwe, he was my history teacher. In fact, Mr. Ntwe, he inspired me to study history further. You see, he encouraged me to study history further and language. Because I would get a distinction in history without even reading. And English as well. Then when I got to high school, it was Mem Matibela who taught me Setswana from standard 8 to standard 10. Then it was Principal Akoti who also taught me history from standard 9 to standard 10. Then there was one lady, she was from Lesotho, Naruta English Memonahing. The reason why I like African Writers series. It was through
the influence Memonahing.
Your Things Fall Apart. Your Devil on the Cross, your Muhudi, Solomon Plaki. So you would have a curriculum, but Memona Yang will encourage you to go and read Bo Sonika, Bochinwa Chebe, Bokwamiama, and so forth. And he would say to you, if you want to understand literature and language, you must start everything from magazines to newspapers. Just read. As you read, your vocabulary will improve. You'll become a better writer, and so forth.
And Mr. Ntwe, where's Mr. Ntwe right now?
I think what's up on the day, Mr. Ntwe. Because we used to call him Chester. Sorry, Mr. Ntwe, if you're listening.
We are celebrating Re Sello Tatai ki bua ka siweledi sa mopremeri wa province ya Bokoni Bophirima fa re bua re tlo bua ka botshelo ba Mr. Tatai in politics, in academia. Re tlo lebella le botshelo ba gagwe ko lekgotlakgaso la Afrika Borwa kwa the SABC marangangwa ga ole wa 2008 2016 be re bua le ka his days ko the Northwest Gambling Board gore tsotle di ile dia feletsa ile gore di motsamela ka tsela le mokgwa o ntseng jang mo dipilentse o di kupileng. There is a song ya Lady Smith Black Mambazo onale Dolly Parton, knock knock knocking on heaven's door.
Play it, I'll tell you the story, the literature behind the narrative behind that particular song.
Already said Northwest University FM Kalikubula 105.5 onalena Bongani Steven Dlamini Silibale okabuisana le rona mo dinomorong tsele tsa 018 2661.
Northwest University FM 105.5.
Kitoro tse dintle tsa Lady Smith Black Mambazo, knock knock knocking on heaven's door. Onale Dolly Parton ke metsotso ele mekai, ke metsotso ele somele botlhano pele ya tla jalo ura ya bokai, somele botlhano pele ya tla jalo ura ele ya pele ya tla jalo ura ya bobedi. Already say Northwest University FM Kalikubula 105.5 onale na Bongani Steven Dlamini. We are celebrating celebrating a living legend Motsa Khaso re buisana fa tota le re Sello Tatai ka ngwaga ole wa bo 2005 ka esetse ile moithuti tota wa politics, African literature and media studies kwa setheong se se tona sa kwa Wits University o tlile re blella ka tseo le tseding selepale NWU FM 105.5 ko Facebook ko Twitter ko Instagram how dirile jalo tota o tabole karolo ya thulaganyo eno ya rona ya the burning issues live and exclusive to Northwest University FM. Ratatai o fetsa worka the song yeah, Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
You know,
Wari, there's a story behind this song, Knock Knock Knocking on Heaven's Door.
not the song per se, but Ladysmith Black Mambazo,
Yes.
and genre ya Stratami. I get Stratami.
Yeah.
You know, one of our neighbors, Ramatlabama,
Yes.
the Morao family.
Yeah.
Tate Morao, may his soul rest in peace. He used to work with my dad at DL Grand Mine in Carltonville.
Yes.
Marabana Bakhache, Babuti Jerry, Babuti Tumeleng, Babuti Ompi, they used to sing for the Mighty 12 Brothers. In Opela Skatami.
Oh yes.
And the Banabapela just opposite our house because we're neighbors. Then right through I get to school Klebeki Tameke La Fela. You'll be just galavant. And then Nabuti to me like Avantaremana. I want to lot of my moments in Mosa Hopel. I can't sing. It's a hotel,
to save your life.
I can't sing to save my
Yeah.
Then I started to attend the practice. Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Yes. And when was this?
I think I was doing standard 8. 2001. Wow. 2001, 2002.
Yes.
I was 15, 16 at the time. No, I think 14, 15 at the time. Then I knew her every day after school.
Yes.
I do some house chores. Then from there, I go and practice. So we used to sing Kodi Finraling. We used to sing Kodi Kerekeng. Ahonali di conferences abasha. We used to sing. We say,
wow.
High school.
Wow, so this thing, kopelo and being conscious. I mean, Black Mambazo in that time, I think it was also, they had a political influence in their own way, own right.
I remember. From KZN. And you know the history of KZN. For that particular period in our history, it was a no-go area. Ladysmith traveled the world. They performed for the Free Mandela concert. They have won Grammy Awards. For me, it is For me, it is one of the greatest groups of the century. I was having a conversation with a friend the other time, and we were saying, but black popular culture is dying. And it saddens me, you no longer have artists who are conscious, who are coming out to talk about the socio-economic challenges of the day. And even in entertainment, how the artists they are big in the world. Maybe I'm not aware, but I think the only two big artists I'm sure John Legend and Alicia Keys. The boys groups you no longer have the boys 2 men. All for one.
All for one, yes.
The Edmond brothers. Was it after 7?
I think yes.
I care about you. Those groups. You no longer have Boluda, you know, Banner Boy. Banner Boy, at least he can woo the crowds from anywhere he is in the world, you know. But tell me more. Then there were more names were not trickling in. And then it somehow I was left disappointed. You know, there has to be some sort of reincarnation of our history. And particularly songs that speaks to our emotions, just to forget about our challenges a few moments. You know, songs that can inspire you, and songs that can really change the narrative.
And for you at that time, Ladysmith Black Mambazo was that song Solo sang, and your hopoza, you know who you are, and you know, I would assume Kinakotsele, you also had to be conscious about your politics and everything.
Because of I mean we used to walk to school. I think for about from 600 to Ikopeling, I think on a day we would travel 8 kilometers. If Kerekebala distance is sharp. At least the government intervene in scholar transport. But we used to walk from 600 to Ikopeling. For children, for learners, it was worse because they were traveling more than 10 kilometers, at least to and from. I think it can be 15 to 20 kilometers to and from school. You see. And you know, what carries you
is the music.
Is the music.
It's the music.
Ladysmith Black Mambazo, then you'll sing Boys to Men, others Tupac. I know one friend of mine from we used to share a table from primary until middle school. Edwin Matietz, he used to sing Tupac songs lyric to lyric. My friend Itumeleng
and Olumoli Fifing music kono otlaopepang.
I'm sure I remember one teacher Matietz Batahona. Who's your role model?
Tupac.
Mr. Zelare Tupac Amaretso.
Lady tattoo, let's say
he's a gangster. You also want to be a gangster, Matthias. I don't know Matthias and you what a gangster is.
Your life go Ramatlabama, you know, go onzo Chakela, visiting Kobo Carltonville, Yalo, and your life in high school, you know, being actively involved in politics, you know, Bo Wilekabo Kosase Jalo. I want us to go to the year 2005. Also go Ramatlabama, and there you are. We are go Wits University. How did that happen?
No, I think 2005 was when I graduated. I graduated. I completed my degree in 2005.
In 2005.
But I only graduated in 2009. And you know why?
No.
Because of I was owing the university. So Wits results. It refused to give me my results for 4 years. I had to find work first. It's an SABC. And remember, 7,000 was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. Yes.
So I would work. 500, 200, and Kafa. You know, you've got responsibilities at home. Both of my parents were not working. It was my sister and I. Then we had to take care of my late younger brother. Now I graduated 4 years later in 2009. But I went to Wits in 2003 through the assistance of one good friend of mine. In fact, we've been friends from things 5 or 6. Itumeleng Lefakano.
Yes.
He was our senior high school. He's the former president, SRC at Batlung High School.
Yes.
And then where are you planning to go? You know, I'm planning to go to UNIBO and do international relations then. But do you have registration fee? Because no, I don't have it. You know, at Wits, you can go to Wits, register, register, and then NFSAS will pay later. Then that's how I went to. That's how I went to Wits.
2003. Yes. Straight from high school.
Straight from high school. To university.
Yes.
tla bona Joburg mona some of us man. Ala my grain mona la ka go tlegua fela ko gate ke kae.
Yeah.
Kana di trip itse.
Yeah.
Bana ba tsenang go ba ke excursion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agona excursion go bo Gold Reef City my grain I le go la go tlela le itse Gauteng lona. Because of she was arrested for not having a dom pass. Migraine at that time. So una let those
it's in the mind.
So we never went on an excursion. Tripping a little I was happy for the first time it was a trip.
And it was a big deal to you by that time. Yes.
Before my cousin I
can't you know? Can you look at Wow.
So then when I went to Wits,
yes,
I think I started to become active in 2004.
Yes.
Because of PYA, there were infightings within PYA at that time, and then there was a reintroduction of Young Communist League. David Masondo, the current Deputy Minister of Finance, was my lecturer. Politics, and he was equally the chairman of Young Communist League. And he recruited some of us who were his students to YCL. Then in the very same year, we initiated one of the biggest student strikes, which lasted for about a week. Because we knew, because at that particular time, a lot of black students were facing financial exclusion. Because of the university had hiked fees, and NFSAS was paying a particular amount. But the remainder,
the parents has to pay, but or the student has to pay.
Where we go to both of my parents were unemployed. Was I supposed to raise the money? Then I think Fresh Shivam was the president at that time. No, it was Philemon Lukele who was the president at that particular time. And then we said, nope, we are no longer, we don't go, we boycotted lectures, and we went on strike for a week until there was an intervention. Then we continued with our fees. There are stories that I cannot say on the air, but safe to say, I was taken to the 11th floor of the Vice Chancellor, Loisha Nonla, with Derek Swema, who was the student register. And I don't know when you were so because I was petty.
You advised
very petty. Then when I was striker. Then I started to relay my story. Know that man, Derek Swema, he cried when I told him how Komafiking to Joburg, and because I only had $150, 70 rand in the taxi. One gentleman will not drive a taxi, but no, then you'll have to give me $30. I want can't the taxi defeat that I understand deliver. The taxi defeat the movies when they go to like movie. I realized it later. Can't the taxi defeat that? So 2005, then I completed. Like I was saying, I only graduated 2009. Then I had to put my postgraduate studies on hold so that my younger brother can graduate as well. Then I only started to do my postgrad after my younger brother graduated.
Were you not intimidated? I mean, as the way saying you are petite and there you are. I mean, it's a new environment altogether.
I was surrounded by brothers. Fortunately, when I was doing my second year, I shared a flat with Osman Muntu. Coincidentally, Osman went to HF with my aunt. My aunt then I'm potsa ro tswa Ramatlabama kae ke rena ke tswa Ramatlabama kae ka re witsi boshole ke re no boshole ke bo maloma my mother tsala go ga sho ba bona re witsi motshabisho ke rena motshabi is my aunt I went to Mothabi go with Mothabi go high school. We're in the same class. We matriculated together. Then that man took care of me, including boy Tumelen Lefakane, Bolesokomitswamiri. So I was never really bothered. I was never intimidated. I know who I've got a support staff.
I know Umohai.
Yeah, I could not.
Umohai.
So, and when I was at Wits, I became a media officer for Graduate Lodge and South Court residences, I think for 2 years. And those were postgraduates residences.
Yes.
Yeah, but they said to them when Tatai Utana I could do media studies, yes, but you'll be our media officer.
Wow.
I held the position for 2 consecutive years, writing newsletters, and doing everything.
Even
the pamphlet that I strike, ne di distribute to some of us. Ra go iskolong ka mos.
Yo, re buisana fa le Sello Tatai ke o ya falafa. We're taking a quick musical break. Ha re boa re tlo le ka sobokanya sengwe le sengwe. Re bue ka, I mean, there's a lot e leng gore o itshwara. You know, o feso bua ka the monate wa being a student, and batho ba le bantsi they think gore fish must fall ke dio tsa 2015 kanti. I mean it's something that has been there.
That is why I did that story with passion.
Yes.
When I was a journalist and had to come here because the what distinguished my stories from other journalists was to put a human face into the story. Fish must fall. I would go and interview students who could not afford fees, yet they were performing very well. I think I know 1, 2, 3 students by the story. Then there was intervention even from the private sector.
Wow.
One of them is doing law, is a CA. Among his he's doing his PhD now at Wits.
And when you look back, you say proud moments.
It was a duty. I had to do it. Who else was supposed to do those stories?
Yes.
I don't pride myself with it. It was my duty to do those particular things. You know, at least in your life, brighten your little corner so that someone else can go and brighten other corners.
Yes. Okupile Endless Love, Luther Vandross, Le Mariah Carey, Retobua ka 2008, 2016, Aleko SABC, Harboa after this, 2 after 2.
105.5.
Oh yes, already said Northwest University FM Kalekubula 105.5. Ditoro tsa dintle tsa Mr. Luther Vandross onale Mariah Carey are Endless Love ke yone the title of the song e song mo isong khajana selebale 01839222661 018392661 ke tsone dinomoro tsa rona tsa mogala tseo ka di dirisang o bonna jalo karolo ya thulaganyo eno ya rona ya the burning issues mo Northwest University FM. We bua ka mogaka mo tsatsing la gompieno. We are celebrating a living legend ke bua ka Sello Tatai kene ona le rona mo tsatsing la gompieno at Sello Tatai at Bongani Stephen D at NWU FM 105.5. How dirile jalo o tla bole karolo ya thulaganyo eno ya rona ya the legends profile mo letsatsing leno la tsipi re tatai re fetso tshameka fa Mr. Luther ona le Mariah Carey. This song ha tshameka is it you hopotsa mongwe or something? Yeah, that was too quick. No. That was quick.
I in African families, Sundays, they tune into various radio stations. So this song, a show on Radio Mabato.
Oh yeah.
I think it was presented by Metuli Mwachi. The mother to
Tony Mac. Yes. Yeah.
What was the name of the program?
Yes.
So who knows Namatlakase at that time? We only got Motlakase after the democratic breakthrough.
Yeah.
So no the Petritze ever ready.
Yes.
So no
Mofestere.
So before I get again, mother will take out ever ready Petritze decharge. And she'll start to cook. Then she'll listen to this kind of music. Then I think Luda for me, after Michael Jackson, he's one of the greatest artists of the century. He's unparalleled.
Oh my goodness!
Hence my love. There is another song Luda. If you can't be with the one you love the one you are with.
Yes.
That's someone.
Wow. We refeso bua ka re buile ka dio diligence fa le gone re tsang re buisana fa le sibueledi sa mo primary wa province ya Bokone Bophirima ke bua ka re Sello Tatai re buile ka botshelo ba gagwe ko Wits University re bua ka his upbringing ko Ramatlabama re buile ka dio diligence ka ngwaga wa 2008-2016 ka oyako le khotla la Africa Borwa. How did this happen?
I think I've explained. I became a journalist by chance when I met Kesha Lebelo when I was working for Northwest Film Festival. But when I got there, we had to. I think Dr. Snooki Zigalala was head of news at that particular time. And Snooki will monitor news coming from different provinces. Then I wrote a story as a radio. I couple of stories, but it was developmental oriented. I think it was a 3-minute piece interviewing government, interviewing the civil society, interviewing experts, and so forth and so on. I think it is that story where the SABC then decided to come up with developmental stories. And I don't know, but I think it is one. Then there is another story that I did. The story says in Asabone. The son. Ona akhobetse matsogo gana sa bereke a krile accident ko di polasi. Then I did that particular story. I also want to believe that story is one of the stories that initiated what would later be called Touching Lives in the SABC. Then after I did that story, we were inundated by calls, people as far as KZN calling to assist that particular family. And in a matter of weeks, the family had because they were staying in a shack, they had built some good Samaritans had built a house for them. They had 2 helpers who were being paid by these good Samaritans. It's unfortunate that I never made a follow-up on the family. I don't know.
It was in the outskirts of Klerksdorp, Aksafosi.
It was in the outskirts of Klerksdorp. Then I did another story about one chap on Ramatlabama. I did 5 distinctions. But he was financially excluded at Wits. I went and did the story at the height of Fismas Fall. After I did that particular story, I think there were more than 50 sponsors who wanted to fund him. He ended up going to UP. I think he's now working for PPC as one of its engineers.
Yeah,
those are my highlights for the SABC. Other than I know, but it's a painful story.
Yes.
It evokes certain emotions on some of us, but there are positive stories that came out, when I was at the SABC, which says to me at least, it was your duty to do these particular things, and at least at the end of the day, there was light at the end of the tunnel. So when a life to change because of your efforts, not to say I did that.
That's true.
That's true. Who like to blow their trumpet. Modest thing. That's how I grew up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's how I grew up. You can't change.
And you went back to Klerksdorp. I know this is one of the stories that are very close. Some of the stories to the covering at the SABC. You went back to Klerksdorp and wakavara the stories selong hore. I'm not sure, but I would assume the stories that are very close to your heart. The stories are Mr. Polokotau. In Klerksdorp.
No, Sarah
Boykitlap, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think Poloko, may his soul rest in peace, Polokotau.
Yeah.
I think he did an extensive investigation. Some of the stories because of the father to Boykitlap Uongfes.
Yeah.
I think he died about 2 years ago. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
His dying wish was to find the remains of his son. And even today, to this day, we don't know where Boykitlap is, whether he's still alive, whether he died. And it's been 1986 to date. It's one painful story. But sometimes I choose not to talk about these particular stories, particularly in shows like this. We need to sit back and relax and talk about life in general.
And the SABC, the time, how was the environment? Was it welcoming?
Controversy. I know. Yeah, but the SABC.
This is the only chance. I know.
SABC. Yeah, you remember the SABC when Dr. Smoky was head of news?
Yes.
SABC had bureaus across the globe.
Yes.
And you then had SABC News International. Which was some sort of an antithesis to your CNN and so forth and so on. I so wish that channel could have been sustained. Now there's SABC News Channel. Yes, at least we are trying to set the agenda. But the bulk of the stories that are being told, more SABC News Channel are not African stories, they are South African stories. We need to have African stories. We need to have a single voice as Africans because our challenges are the same. Challenges of poverty, income inequalities, unemployment, you don't find them in South Africa. You find them across the continent. And one of the reasons why you had SABC News International, it is what is encapsulated in NEPAD. That economic program, former President Thabo Mbeki. And I remember Professor Tawana Kupe, who was my teacher at that particular time, written extensively about NEPAD and how it can be used to model developmental journalism. Now we no longer have that in journalism. You no longer have developmental journalism. You no longer have stories which talks about people and how they are trying to change their lives. You no longer have stories about how government is investing in infrastructural projects. Now journalists think a story it's only when you paint a negative light about institutions, not only of government, not only of government, and you no longer have stories about people who are have made it their business to change the circumstances of people living in their communities and so forth. I was happy there was one, I think it was on channel 161. I think so once January 161 in this initiative, it's one of the community build of the year. You remember community build of the year?
Yeah.
And there was one gentleman, I think Otswako Rustenburg, if I'm not Rustenburg per se, in one of the villages, Moses Kotane, who was who initiated a garden, a vegetable garden for the school, and was assisting the learners with aftercare programs. Had recruited other young people, and he won the what of the year. I don't know whether it's a community build of the year or what.
Yeah, that's good.
But he's from here in the northwest. So those are some of the stories. I expect that maybe there will be a follow-up from one of the mainstream news organizations.
Nothing.
You see,
nothing.
The only way that you can inspire hope in people, particularly through journalism, is to put a human face.
Yeah, that's true.
Tell stories about people.
Yeah.
No, sometimes we like to talk about politicians. Sometimes people they bala, particularly when there are no positive stories coming. I'm happy. Maloba nekishebile documentary ya Dr. Kumar. It inspired me.
Yes.
But there are more Dr. Kumalos in South Africa who did not even play football, who have somehow changed the course of history, and who are currently doing that. But why are those people? They are there. Why are we not profiling them? Why are we not talking about them? So I think it's a challenge amongst journalists to try and find these stories, to do developmental stories about our communities and various initiatives. I'm not saying the government shouldn't be held accountable. It should. But there are more stories that do not necessarily have to do with government.
I'm glad you warabile my next question. Potso ne ke batla go botsa ka yone ke ne ke bua ka before re tswa fa moya SABC ke ne ke batla re tlo lebella some of the positives during your days there, and I'm glad ke ngwe dilo tse leng gore you just mentioned now, because when you think about an institution, the first thing about ba inaganang is the negative connotation. Despite the good that the institution or a person is doing, but the focus, it's always on the negatives.
These are some of the things that pains me. Since did a story. Yes,
I remember.
And the presence and how she narrated
and
that particular
social
story.
Media was a buzz.
You see, with that particular story. How she never won an award, I don't know. Tumi Khabutlwele, he's now retired, was one of the first people to take those infamous Marikana pictures. How he never won an award, it baffles me. You see, I'm not saying they should win awards, but at least there must be some sort of recognition. You see, Izimachila has been in the SABC, I don't know I don't remember Izzy being recognized, but Izzy being recognized. Even Xhosa and Zulu people, they used to watch the Tswana bulletins because of Bra Izzy. How and even his departure, the public broadcaster, so those are some of the things they evoke certain emotions, but hence controversy.
I mean, it's
but there are positives.
There are positives.
I think the SABC Northwest was leading a charge in terms of doing touching life stories. Through those stories, we changed a lot of lives. Built houses for the poor. Took a lot of young people to school through a Touching Lives initiative. But at least Phil Molefe, who was head of news at that particular time, got an award for Touching Lives. So it has not been all doom and doom.
And when you're there, I'll support you.
David Dlamini. David Dlamini was the best. He was the best, and he would push me to be better. I'm not saying what others did not, but that David Dlamini, even today, we speak.
First name,
we speak on a daily basis, and so forth. But he was the best in terms of television writing. You say don't write about shoes. I can see the shoes on TV. try and write to the shoes. No, there's a difference between you write when you do scripting for television, you write for pictures. Yes.
Wow.
Oscar President Mbeki, President say something. Write to what he's saying.
Wow.
You write to pictures.
That's exciting. You know, in closing, 2016 you left. Was it easy? Was it a difficult decision to make?
I think it was time to go. I think it was time to go. Then I went to work for the gambling board. From 2017 until 2021. When Ramatlabama said to me, "Come and be my spokesperson."
How was that? How did that happen? I mean, here you are.
I got
and it was a day when you were, few years when you were not active in politics.
Because
there was a time you took a break, Modi Politik.
When I left, when I joined the SABC, I decided not to be active in politics because I was going to be conflicted.
Exactly.
I only went back into politics when I left the SABC. Then I joined the Communist Party, and I went back and activated my membership of the ANC.
And there you are. I mean, Sunday, Monday, when you get this call, I
got a call from one comrade, and the premier, and the premier said, "I want you to be my spokesperson. What do you think?" I was a bit.
I mean, by then, promotioning, at the gambling board,
I think I had worked for the gambling board for 4 years before I joined. Before I joined the office of the premier on secondment. But I think Ramatlabama has been following my career. For many years, and I think there is one story that I did with him. I think it was him. It was Mama Ruta. And Tate Taki Africa. And Tate Tawoki Botlale. It was the exhumation of Moses in Tehran. I think I've written extensively about Moses in Tehran. Even on ANC Today, on City Press, and other online publications. I written extensively. I did not know when I was writing about Moses in Tehran that he was recruited by Ramatlabama into the underground movement of the ANC. I did not know that. I only found that recently.
Wow.
But we work with a father who allows us to make mistakes and correct us. So he will tell you no one is ever found ready-made. We must train you guys for future responsibilities. So that at least I'm no longer the premier. I will be comforted with the idea that at least there is one that I've nurtured for future responsibilities. So more than anything, he's a father.
Yes. 13th September 2022, you were doing 1 year anniversary in office.
Yes.
How was that?
I mean, like a popular. We tried to write a new story about the Northwest through the mentorship and the tutelage of Ramatlabama. So it hasn't been easy, but we have managed to sail this ship together under his captainship.
Yes. Tatai, it's been a blessing.
Yes.
It's been a privilege for most thing la gompieno ka itsona le dikopano, be go hijacker.
It's not for the first time.
Thank you so much, Tatai.
No, it's been a blessing. May God bless you, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. So, time simply read.
Simply read.
Yeah, we know we my cousin and I, Lawrence Shole,
Yes.
we spent one Christmas go for my granny. And there was a concert, just simply read for 5 hours, glued into our screens, listening to this concert.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Simply Red stands out as one of my best groups.
Wow. It takes you back.
It takes me back to my granny's house at Christmas.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's nice.
Sure.
Tatai, it's been nice.
No, thanks, my brother.
Thank you.
Northwest University FM 105.5.